Hi, I'm Annalivia Palazzo-Angulo from the Salem Keizer Coalition for Equality, and I'm really excited to be here. I've enjoyed listening to all of you for the first time. I'm talking today about the ELL funding policies that have been proposed to go forward into the next part of, the details being worked out. But I just want to emphasize that the most important part of those policies that are being put forward is the accountability, and it's really going to be important that the accountability be tight. We need consistent coding in the state budget. We need clear measurements and requirements and consistent across all districts and comparing apples to apples. And this needs to be data-driven measurements, both in how the dollars are spent as well as what the achievement results are. And make it easier for districts to report. In my 15 years of advocacy, that was the biggest complaint I heard, was how difficult it was to figure out what belonged in the ELL money and what did not. And every district had different reporting obstacles. The next thing I wanted to talk about is really important to me is the removing obstacles for funding to be given directly to community-based organizations. Community-based organizations, CBO, and then the culturally specific organizations, CSO, for the sake of me not taking too long and saying every one of those titles. I think the most important reason for removing those obstacles to CBOs is to eliminate the disparities for CSOs, cultural specific organizations, and the disparities in the kids, which is not just education, but this researcher identified 28 disparities in our community that our community of color faces. Education, of course, is going to lead to reducing this greatly. The reasons culturally specific organizations have grassroots programs that may work better than generic programs that are designed for all children, and culturally specific CBOs provide services to the constituents, to their own community, because they represent the community because they were constituents and or understand what it is to be a constituent. And they can be vetted and assured of security in using funding and not wasting or going, I don't know how to say it, but just the things that prevent people from wanting to fund them. And we do face a lot of obstacles, our own disparities in funding and our staff incomes. We get less benefits, less major donor. It's harder to fundraise, less likely to be sustainable. If we could count on CBOs being funded at the same level of recognition, then am I done? Yeah.
Go ahead and finish.
We would be at the same sustainable level, because we need to eliminate the disparities that we have in recruiting funding in order to do the special work we do with the kids. And I think that we have the highest level of passion and sacrifice and how do I say, the complete devotion of the staff not wanting to ever quit no matter how low their benefits are. And, very inclusive. So I just want to read one quote and I'll be done, okay? At the summit that we were at, it was a really great quote. The system stays the same even if the results are poor. So how are we really changing things? Portland Public Schools working collaboratively with other agencies, the summer reading, the dual credit, working with the community can get you there. We see that in Salem also. This was from an article of who gets to graduate. It was comments. And then districts may have very effective instruction in general, but they're working to approve all the students in parallel, and it's really difficult to eliminate the gaps. If you change the trajectory, you're going to have to be intentional and put more money into the ones that are behind to close those.